in the juice. Y'all, a lot of things been going on lately. You know what I mean? We got a lot of hot tours going on. It's hot as hell outside. The price of eggs, I just found out, is $10.
Man.
And my Honda no longer takes $10 to get half a tank. I barely get a quarter. So, without further ado, time and crisis, people. Welcome to the Juice Box. I'm your host, Clutch Man, and today we have the Legends Couch. Now, when I say legends, I know people just throw that fucking word around, but I mean musical legends on the couch. Without further ado, to my left, y'all, from the left to the right, please introduce yourself and what you do to the people. For some of the people, and some of the off people that don't know.
The off people.
Yeah, the others.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Lady Ace. Ex-rapper. Can I say that? Ex-rapper, now businesswoman for the music industry.
You can say that. You can say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm Kriminal. I'm a recording artist. I sing and I rap. I'm actually affiliated with like Cyber Sale Clan. Mellow Man Ace is really, my hermano. He's my brother in music. I did hype for him for years, and then beyond that, like I was opening for Reyes Brothers back in 2005 when they were on tour and doing their worldwide international stuff. I was playing or messing with Suburban Noise Records and ICP and Cottonmouth Kings and all those guys as well. So that's where my background all comes from.
He came in with the resume.
So y'all want to start over?
Hey, right. He came in. He was like, ready. I'm glad you asked.
I knew this.
Really? Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
What you want to add to yours? Go ahead. Do a hand in. Do a clip in. We'll do a clip in.
Google me.
Ooh. Like, for real, though. For real. For real. And Pretty Smiles next to you, man. Who's you don't smile.
Thank you.
know, right?
Thank you. I am Dream of Bliss, female artist out of OKC. Spencer, grounded. That's where I'm from. Spencer, OKC. Dream of Bliss. You know what I'm saying? I've been rapping for a while, since I was 11. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just out here doing my thing.
Y'all, this is glorious right here. I always tell people you got to find the roots to get to the connections and just to even get to the railroad of success in places where it seems like there's a entertainment drought or what we call a music stench. And in places like this where a lot of people don't really even know about OKC, or they know about it, they don't know what the entertainment, because you're really not being loud enough. But a lot of people, they, instead of going through the roots here for some odd reason and trying to figure out, hey, how can I get to where you got, other people just out here just falling into the same hole.
Right.
So like, and I know, Kriminal, you understand, because I remember when I was in school, I remember seeing you one of the first white people on BET. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, and I knew like then like to go through people like you, and used to be, that's how you got put on. You had to find who was the first or who were the main people that really got on from where you were from, and then you just go through them. And they don't do that anymore. Do you feel like that's saturated the game now and kind of made it?
Well, I think the game as a whole has changed like completely. You know, I mean, there's a lot of more variations of things involved now, you know, and you've got the internet that plays a big part in that. You got all these streaming companies that are basically robbing artists, and you know, there's not really money in the industry like it used to be, so it's completely changed. It's just totally different. So the hustle and the grind is all different too. Marketing is a different approach. It's just, you know, you gotta advance with the times.
Yeah, and to me, you know what, it's still who you know, but now it's more geared to what you know, to me. You know what I mean? Building the connections, still relevant, but now that you got a plethora of information, you have to go out. It's easy access now to go out there. Now the strategy it's still, the gumbo is still a little secretive.
Yeah.
But you still have to get out there, and it's what you know more right now.
And Dreamer, you coming up as an artist, you kind of figured it out. It's kind of like when the Power Rangers went to the Lost Island. Like, you kind of like knew, you were like, hey, if I really want to be serious about where I go, I need to figure out who's been behind enemy lines, who's been in there, who can I and you found Lady Ace, which was dope. Like, so, like, now that you've done that, what has that taught you now that you're coming up? Because you are a beautiful female artist.
Thank you. And
you not only carry a tune, your lyrics are serious and they have meaning, and there's a poetic touch, which is hard to find. You know, people love the rhapsodies, but they don't get the recognition.
Right.
So where do you go with, like, knowing, you know, having her as a mentor, where does it put you in a place as a up-and-coming artist?
I mean, just honestly, the fact of being an upcoming artist, taking notes and learning from vets, because, you know, I'm not the type of artist that feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing this and I'm a goat and I'm good at what I do. That doesn't mean that I can't learn or want to learn from the ones who've done it before me, because that's how you become and morph into something more powerful within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just the learning mechanisms, the resources, the connection, and also to just me and my mind frame and how I move, putting all that together to make me smart. Because again, it's not just about music; it's about everything that comes behind it as well.
Absolutely. Well, and especially in hip hop, you got all the elements of hip hop. You know, it's a whole passing of the torch type thing.
Exactly.
Too.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's worth, and you know, it's wild because it feels like we got into a popularity.
Oh yeah.
phase. And so, like, how do you battle that? Because I know it's tough for you. You know what I'm saying? You got the looks, the shape, and all. How do you fight the urge to just say, you know what? I might go out here and just shake my ass, make a dumb song, and just go ahead and get a gold record. Instead, you like, no, I don't want it that easy. So
I'm gonna be real about it. I've never truly wanted to step out of my comfort zone to do that, because that's not where I branch from. I'm grown from original hip hop music. That's truly what has influenced me. So the fact that I am a hard, aggressive female rapper and I'm sticking to the code of that, being a real hip hop artist. And I'm not saying, let me rephrase it, because I'm not saying if you do that, you're not a real hip hop artist. For me personally, it's just about structure and standard and being a woman. I want to continue to be myself and flip it on a different spectrum to let people know you can be a queen and you ain't gotta be, you know, extra. You don't have to be sexual to make it in this game. And also too, I have a lot of support that, you know, keep pushing me. I'm respected because of my deliverance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I outcast myself with that just long because I'm truly standing to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't move no other direction again, and that's just truly not how I carry myself. So I'm sticking to the code. Period.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that there was a woman that had that same recipe. Yeah, we all know her. I don't know if you've ever got a chance to work with her, but Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott was and still is to this day that way, and outperforms most male artists on the charts. She was able to outperform, like, at 1 year, Missy Elliott was beating Biggie on the charts. You know what I mean? And people don't even realize it, but she stayed consistent with that. And
she's always been a superpower in the industry. Especially when women were overlooked, where now you guys are getting a lot more spotlight. So
and it's crazy. So, like, how do y'all feel about that now? Like, these girls are exploiting themselves, but a woman like Missy Elliott, a woman like MC, like, the ones that actually made it and have stones, you would think, oh, shit, let me go follow them, and then they don't. So, like, what would be your advice? What would be y'all advice to, especially some of these women, if they want to get out of that and get into this? Because this is what's really hot. You know, that's why I like Flo J. That's why I listen, like, Mia X and all them. Like, that's why they on my playlist. Because when I'm vibing and riding, if a female gonna come on the screen, man, I really don't want to care. I really don't want to hear about your booty hole right now. I'm focused.
Right, you know, and see, that's what it is for me. Majority of the time when you turn on the radio, what you hearing?
Booty hole.
It's just, that's all you hearing. And like you said, you got vets. You got vets that paved the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, for me, it's just to be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, and that's true, because being yourself authentically, like, she's not going to be able to fake being a hoe.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
She is
I
who
got
she
you.
is. You know, going to school, there was hoes, there was athletes, there was gangster chicks. You know what I mean? They just who they are, and people are gonna follow that. You can't change the world. People gonna be who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and she's
speaking of
making that money.
So speaking of that, like, okay, so you do have a following, and right now that following can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And currently, right now, a female artist who was just on top is finding that out, that, you know, your following does matter, because now she's trying to go on tour and they're thinking about canceling her tour because
She ain't getting
she
no
can't
not
get
getting
no
enough
sales
sales.
because her outreach are the people who, I mean, allegedly, you know, the internet is saying her fans are broke, and I'm talking about, you know, the sexiest of the red. So you know, not being able to really sell. Like, do y'all think it's because that's the that market that she's pushing? It might be loud, it might be vibrant, but it's not generating much revenue. Do
That's
y'all,
a good point.
Like-
Yeah, like you said, her target is
Yeah.
the what the Section 8s and the
the
basically
low lives, because that's what she says. She the low and
The ratchets.
yeah. And you coming from West Coast rap, like how do y'all respond? Because I know y'all don't really even play that out there.
No, I mean, well, I was trying to tell somebody that the other day. You know, just the different regions of radio are so drastically different. Like, you go to the South and you're gonna hear all kinds of music that you never even heard of on the West
Big
Coast.
facts.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, where's this? I ain't even heard this. Who is this person? You know, and you'll never hear that song play on the West Coast, or vice versa. Somebody be playing on the West Coast that's really popping, but then out here they don't even have a clue who that person is.
I think
You know?
it just comes later. Because growing up, I had cousins in Texas, Dallas, Houston. They would get the new dance phases and new songs and music way before Oklahoma
Way
did.
before, months and years later.
It's just that travel circuit that it goes through.
Does it
Yeah.
feel surreal now with y'all? Because, like you say, you were making music back in 2005. I was still in school.
Well, I've never stopped making music.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know, I toured on Hype for years before I even dropped my first public song. You know what I mean? And it was fun. I mean, I lived 2012 without even a released song. 2012 doing coast to coast mixtapes and
Yep,
and
I remember that,
touring
my
and,
mixtape.
and doing
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. And I was living off of just that. You know, but like, there was nothing publicly put out yet. So in 2016, I finally put out my first song, which was Summer Cali Breeze, featuring Mellow Man Ace, and it blew up. You know, and then just been on and popping ever since then. Then COVID hit, and now it's kind of another weird time of getting music. So.
Yeah. Facts.
Definitely.
Facts. So you've been on tours. I know you've been on tours. Is like life back then was different, and now do you feel like it's still that gutter, cutthroat kind of business, but on a more cyber level now? Like,
Definitely. I think the game is going to always be like that. When we were on tour, Nitro taught us how to get out there and do that guerrilla marketing, the hustling, and getting our feet dirty everywhere we went. You know what I mean? Learning the business as we go. So it's a little different. But because everybody has so much knowledge, we got the internet. People, I think it's even more gutter because people they be on their bullshit. You know, especially when it comes to PR and marketing and the bots and stuff like that. You thinking you running into, you don't have to have a label now. You can run into somebody that you think has your best interests, and they running game on you. Just, you know, cash apping them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, getting money, getting fucked over.
and
Messed over.
you've had, because you've been with Columbia, Sony, and you've been with, what's some of the labels you work with?
Well, I mean, I was being groomed by, you know, Island Def Jam, Ron
Yep.
Hurd, and all of them. But at the time, Jay-Z was a part of the label, and we didn't really vibe. So
So tell me a little bit about that. That's you know, I walked you right into that.
No.
Bro, you on the podcast
gonna
with
leave
me.
that one alone,
For y'all
bro.
that don't know, hey, this has been my brother for a long
leave that one
time. And I waited specifically 10 minutes into this to be like, bruh, so are you going to tell us about the beef between you and Jay-Z yet or no? We
it
wanna
might
hear.
be, but I feel like he's a racist. So I mean, it's just what it is.
What's good with y'all? It's Cannon, and welcome to the Juice Box.
So why? That's what I wanted to get to. You see, because nobody ever hears. And I ain't gonna lie. We give Caucasian rappers a hard time in the hip hop game, and
Definitely.
I think we don't even talk about it. We really give y'all a beating. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that, y'all have these stories that a lot of people should hear
crazy.
because it really affects some young black brothers. Because I know if they could just listen to you, they'll know. Oh shit, he's telling the truth. Like, why would he make that up? So like, tell me, like, and you can say the word allegedly, but allegedly, like, what are some things that you just think that don't sit right with you? Because I want you to get that out there, like, because other people that just keep signing and signing and signing.
Well, it's like when you're actually doing stuff, and I was messing. I moved from the West Coast to Georgia. What 2000 into 2006, 2007. So I hit the ground running. I'm messing with DJ Scream in Atlanta, and I'm doing just all kinds of stuff. Ron Hurd, he's hearing that I'm popping in Atlanta now after leaving the West Coast, and like things are really going well. And then, the whole courtship happened. And when you have an overwhelming response from that specific label that they love you and they want you to be part of the team, but then one man says completely off-the-wall stuff, you know what I mean? Which, like I said, I'm not going to get into that part. But like, it's just, there's something there. There's something to it. And, I coming from where I come from, my family, just the way we are, because my whole family's Compton, affiliated. They were all born and raised in Compton. I grew up there, a little bit myself, but I kind of migrated into Orange County, went to Cerritos, then Orange County, so I kind of moved around a lot as a kid. And but I've always been connected to Compton. That's always felt like home, even though, you know what I mean, I kind of grew up other places too.
Yeah.
But I was living there up until I was like 7 years old.
Wow. See, and that's wild because the migration and how music migrates. He brought that to Georgia. Then it swings back, and then you come through here, Oklahoma City, which is wild because it's a meet point, and then you got artists like her. You're finding
I never
gems
even knew
here,
about
bro.
Oklahoma unless I wouldn't have got busted here with my little brother Shogun.
Facts, and then hey, look, bro, quickly tell that story, man, and what happened, man.
Okay,
Like,
2018, me and my little brother Shogun were headed to Atlanta for a wedding.
Wow.
But one of my good friends was getting married, and I was going to be the best man, and we were on the way there. And I owned a cannabis company called Kriminal Cookies, and it was a pre-roll, a really popular, successful pre-roll. And I had all of my product with me. Now, obviously, it was all put up and everything else because I didn't want to leave it where I was living because it was getting dipped into, and I didn't want my company product disappearing while I'm gone at a wedding for 3 weeks. So I took it with me. It was a dumb decision, but I still did it. However, I had all my legal paperwork that I could carry that, and it didn't matter. I got hemmed up by some hungry police.
yeah,
Oklahoma
boy.
police.
And
Crazy on it, boy.
honestly, after that, it was just a really a horrible experience. It was like some people would consider it a nightmare, bro, because just like even the news got involved. There was all kinds of stuff going on. And, I didn't even get to use a phone for 3 months. Nobody knew where I was. I literally disappeared.
Now that's
Me and
that's
When he contacted me, I like jumped.
If it wasn't for my little brother being able to bail out and get out,
That
which his aunt put her house up so he could get out, and they wouldn't even let me out at all. No matter how much my family came with bail, they said it was a higher number every single time. Like, they were not playing. They were not letting me go. There was nothing. And my little brother, he fortunately got out, and then he kind of told our story, and then that kind of blew it up, and then things started working, and
they was trying to railroad you. They did.
Yeah, they were trying to get me good.
They did.
And then it all came out that it was all some crooked cop type situation too. And then now, thankfully, all grace to God, I've been pardoned from it. So, it's definitely a blessing now.
And who bailed him out? I mean, how did that go?
Well, so my little brother is tied in with like TD, Kendrick Lamar, and J Rock and all of them. So we're all really good. Like, we know all of them really well, and I grew up around all of them as well. So K-Dot came down to see what he could do about getting us out or whatever. and I guess they found out that he was down there, and then like the whole jail just went nuts. Like, who are you and your brother Tutu, and you know what I mean? And it was like we became a celebrity overnight. Like, I didn't even know he had come there until they started like popping off about whatever was going on.
Jail don't like that.
And that made them even more mad.
They don't like that.
They pissed them off. They railroaded you.
So it shows you, like, for being a rapper that is Caucasian, you just you the same. It show you like you the same. That skin tone don't really mean shit to them, because when they see that, they like, let's get them. So with that, like, what's something that you, as an up and coming artist, like, what's something that you want to get from, your coach, Miss Ace here, or someone like what's something that you want to get from them to take on in your journey? Because I can see you progressing pretty far.
Thank you. I mean, realistically, if I could ask y'all anything, what truly just kept y'all going and, again, isolated from the artist that you didn't want to become. And again, going through all the obstacles, because it's never easy. And I'm the type, I ain't never looking for no handouts. I want to work and earn my cred, because I do work hard and I'm passionate about what I do. So again, and just being a woman, you got to go through more obstacles being a woman. They try to play you every time, especially when it comes to money.
Every time.
And I don't, what I'm saying? No manager, no, like.
What's some of the stuff that I know? Because you're a beautiful woman, and I know back then, you've been.
But the nitros, the Gouda, called them cheap then. Gouda, young food, rest his soul. No. They was not having that. I was like, little sister, whenever they kept chains on me, so I never had to deal with any of that. As far as the industry goes, as far as like the wolves and stuff like that. Yeah. But what keep me going is the addiction. Like, there's addiction to this thing. And nobody knows, like, they only know maybe a couple of songs. I did a lot of features with a lot of artists here and stuff like that, but nobody knows I've never dropped an album. I've never dropped an album. I just did features, and I was working on dropping the album. But my street life changed. Like, I started being a businesswoman, started working for the station. When I started working for the station, Kevin Perry told me, he was like, "Now, Ace, I'm gonna give you a chance," because they used to
103.5.
Yeah, 103.5. Shout out to him. I kept asking to work for. They used to pay me to come do shows and stuff. He stopped me. He said, I'm gonna give you a chance, but all that ghetto shit and that hood shit, that fighting, keep that outside my door." And that helped me to grow. So, and honestly, I didn't have shit to rap about no more, because I wasn't living that life.
Wasn't living that lifestyle.
And I started learning the business side of everything. Started learning the business side of everything.
That's really what you want. Like, that's the end goal anyway. Is to grow and get about your situation, not put yourself in certain situations. You know what I mean? And like you said, it is addiction. Like, it is. It's like a big drug, and you see it with the big artists, some of the biggest artists. You be like, damn, why did they go through that? Because I have a phrase now, like, did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it? Y'all think did he do it?
He did it.
Damn, Deshaun, did he do it? Did he do it?
Allegedly.
This motherfucker trying to get a record deal. Did he do it?
Allegedly.
Did he do it? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you see them getting these.
I don't know. I try not to get involved in that media side of the stuff. You know what I mean? Because you don't know, they can turn anything on anybody. So it's like, just to make passing judgment based on that kind of stuff is just, I think, is wrong anyways.
What I got from it, I was looking at it and I'm like, when I saw like the video, and I was like, I thought it was like something recent, something like from last week. I was like, damn, what they doing around each other? But then it was like a decade ago, and then I was like, started putting it together. I could see where people, I could kind of see why there was like mixed emotions about it, because it is like you say, that industry, it's a big addiction, and then we know when you have two adults of the opposite sex come together and they fall into that same addiction, it's like trauma bonding. And we got that now. We got it. You got it in a Blueface and Christian. You got it, you know what I mean? Like, it's worse than Ike and Tina. Like, damn, at least.
No facts, huh?
Right. Tina was winning Tina was up there winning awards. Now they just cracking each other with bottles and
It's out in the open.
fighting while being pregnant, and that is hip hop now. Like they're calling that
Televised hip-hop.
televised hip hop. Like,
Yep.
So do you think it's time to switch
No,
televised?
it's just toxic behavior for entertainment. Is all
Yeah,
it is.
yes, that is.
You know, that's the Jerry Springer era coming out. This is what it's
I
elevated.
was
Yeah,
thinking
you right.
that. I was
Yeah, you right.
That's what it elevated to.
Yeah.
It's just a
Jerry
different
made it
generation.
You right. Jerry made it all right.
He did.
Rest in peace, Jerry.
Yeah, hey, rest
It's
in
just
peace
a
to
different
Jerry.
generation, and again, sales and what's gonna make some money.
Yeah.
And access. So we didn't have phones and easy access, so we had the big ass camcorders that we would take to school to record stuff.
Yeah.
Now we can just take it out our pocket
Yep.
Right.
because all of this been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what you say televised now.
And now you got everybody doing graphics. Everybody got their own film crew. Shit, I got one. I'm talking about myself. Everybody, hey, look, I'm talking shit about myself. Everybody got something, and then like you got like creativity. Now people are starting to go back to love creativity, like with Illis Kill.
Yeah.
Your hardest thing. The first thing I had even realized, I was like, oh, it's like Kill Bill, and then it caught me. And then that's when I realized the artistry in you was deep. It ran deep. So I appreciate that. Like, and I really appreciate somebody that's a fan of music, and I know.
Well, it's time to bring it back full circle. I mean, look at what Kendrick has done, like by Not Like Us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, and then just the whole movement, and then him going back to Compton the next day and filming the video with everybody there because he's giving back to where he grew
Yeah,
up and
giving back.
his
Right.
people. That's beautiful. And they bring the unity that he did and everything else. Like I was saying, my little brother Shogun, he's got a bunch of really dope stuff out too. That you guys need to check him out. I mean, they're all doing pop stuff. The Whoops just came out that he dropped them at Inglewood when they had that big concert at the Forum, and brought in a bunch of unity, which that was all over internet blowing up too. You got Jay Worthy. Rosecrans Ruger, you know what I mean? All of them, they're all popping. YS30, my boy NWA Hop, like they're all of them are just like they're really popping and doing their thing right now, and I'm proud of them. I hope they all keep doing it.
That goes back to the formula, or knowing the formula, or like you said, being creative and having a strategic plan and moving in the in accordance. You know what I mean? A lot of artists, they go to the studio. We had other people around us that would tell us, okay, now Ace, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take some photos. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Now artists gotta act as a manager themselves, and we gotta put. They don't have a big, what do they call it? Suitcase or whatever behind them. A big what's the word they call it? Behind them to navigate, navigate them through the maze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
But
plus you don't have time to
definitely
actually be an artist though either, because you're doing like 5 different jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm marketing. I'm my own management. I book
Exactly.
all my tour shows. I have to go to my sponsors and whatever if I need them help on whatever. Now a lot of them, they'll just give me a bunch of merch to pass out at different concerts or whatever, which is cool too. But like I've got to create all that, and I'm trying to even go and put other people in that position. Yeah,
That part.
Exactly.
but that didn't work either.
You either
And that's
spend
what you
that
said.
part, man. Being able to trust somebody to hold and nurture your baby the way you would is hard
It's
when it
very
comes to
hard.
decisions.
Especially when you catch them being selfish and doing stuff on their own. You're like, why are you doing this?
That's
what
what
you
I
supposed
said
to be
earlier.
doing?
So I
Wait.
said having no management, no nothing. Like you just doing all this on you.
Yeah.
To you, see,
Hard.
and that's why I'm glad
is.
that it like you say, it all comes full circle. And I hate to be cliche, but it's like a perfectly made juice. That's why this is called the juice box.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, from the past to the present, from 3 different backgrounds, as we've heard here, the same mission has been to you: trust and unity. Trust and unity. You heard it here all the way. I mean, just straight down the couch. These 3 beautiful souls here, and I appreciate y'all coming. And the mix was so well, and like you said, the formula, y'all, the juice formula is simple: unity and trust. And with that being said, this has been an amazing episode. I want to thank y'all for coming
thank
out.
you.
Y'all, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and let us know how you feel. And if y'all want these people to come back, hey, they're willing to ask any questions that you need answered. If artists out there need to reach out to Lady Ace, reach out to Kriminal, reach out to Ladrema.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Kriminal with a K.
Hey, you say she's up and coming, but she's ahead of her game, you know?
Thank you.
So very
Thank
ahead.
y'all.
So y'all, trust, unity, and really, I would add a third. Trust, unity, and resilience. You have to be resilient through
For sure.
everything. And y'all are literally proof of that. You know what I mean? So I thank you so much for taking out the time to, express and give your thoughts. Any other time you want to come here and express something, please come. Come and man, we sit on the couch and we're gonna always talk. So with that being said, tell the people where to find you. You know what I'm saying? That starts there. Reach one, teach one, as you say, or hey, follow each other.
Yes.
Tiffany Lady Ace Williams everywhere at 1AcePR.com.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kriminal1503, just spell it with a K. Facebook, same thing. On X, I'm Kriminal347. And then other than that, you can just Google search any of my
Kriminal
music.
with a K, y'all.
Yeah. You can Google search any of my music, Spotify. I'm on every platform. I've got about 4 songs out right now publicly. I'm about to actually drop an album and a bunch of other stuff. So things are about to really start heating up.
So, and y'all definitely can find me on all music platforms. Dream of Bliss, that's DREM, the @ BL exclamation point 2 S's. Just type me in Google. It's going to pop up everything. And again, repping OKC to the fullest.
Already.
And I
Yep.
do want to say this is my first time back in OKC since 2018. Too.
Facts. Hey, yeah, man,
I didn't want to come back here. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be.
Hey, man. You
And
know
shout
me.
out to you guys too. Ground Block
Yes,
Entertainment,
definitely.
all of Juice Box for sure.
Man,
Shout out to y'all.
We're going to keep trying to give Oklahoma
Yeah.
City prime, pure entertainment. Nothing.
There we go,
We
prime.
don't want, we want prime. We want to show that, hey, there's commercialized souls out here. And we want to show them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the way to do it. So y'all know me, man. Big Papa Vibes on Instagram, Lethal Injection TV on TikTok. I'm banned on any other platform, so don't look for me. This has been The Juice Box, and I'm your host, Big Papa Clutch. That's all.